Oh, good morning. Good morning. What is going on, everybody? It is the Top Cast. We are at episode 4. Welcome. Today's date is what is today? It is yeah. It is what, January 22nd. Yeah, I know my dates. I know my dates. I know what I'm doing. We're here with another episode. I hope you're all doing well. Hope your week is going well. Do I have myself off of deafen? Yes, I'm good. We're here with the usual suspects. What's going on? What's going on, Sleep? How you doing, man? You doing all right? How's your week going?
It's going, man. Just trying not to die. Accidentally coughed while I was eating a chip the other day, and feel like I have a 8 ball in my throat. So
Got you. Well, I mean, you gotta shake the 8 ball and ask it a question and make sure it'll work, right? Will I get over this cough? And it's probably gonna pop up with the maybe, and you just keep it moving.
hey, I'll be on some Greek god stuff then I guess if I cough up a baby. Let's go though.
All right. So before we get into our topics for today, we got to do a little bit of house cleaning, and I think the biggest thing that everybody's talking about right now is Temtem. Have you played it? You watched any videos of it? What do you think so far? I mean, because I got my own little 2 bits I want to
Okay,
say.
so I did get into the stress test like a lot of people did, and it's stress test. Server's not the most stable, but just being in a Pokemon esque world and seeing other players, just that alone had me so hyped.
Mm,
You know, just you feel like Game Freak. I understand why they're doing what they're doing and why they took so long and they still haven't got to that point, but to where they were fully realized. But it took them to this generation to finally say, let's give you a section where you can see other people run around and do all that. And I get it; they can't keep selling you these installations, each version here,
right.
there, and everywhere. If they give you a true MMO after that, it's all there. So I
Mm,
get why they went that way. But for an indie studio who's done nothing, this was smart as hell on Prima's part.
oh yeah.
This was like the most gangster move they could have possibly made.
Oh yeah.
Because it's the king right here. And yeah, Tim is Tim is so good.
His audio's a little okay. I got you. Thank you. But yeah, as far as a as far as a indie developer, I mean, and with all MMOs, and I know you know this as well as a couple of others, um, there are going to be problems. But I will say this has been the most responsive and the fastest like turnaround that I've seen in recent memory, as far as them updating their game, keeping in contact with the community that's asking questions whether or not the game is playable or the stability and things of that nature. So kudos to them for being on top of that, because that is the one thing that will kill your game the quickest, is not communicating anything and just going silent. So I mean, and from what I've seen today, it looks like the game is running 100%, no issues. So big shout outs to them for being a smaller company to do it real big. You always love to see those kind of stories. There's a couple of other developers that are out there that do the same kind of thing, but this one is just the most recent one.
Yeah. Anytime you see the little guy come out with something and you have hope, and then the biggest problem Tim seems to have is that they underestimated how big the game was going to do. That's a
Yeah,
wonderful problem to have,
exactly, exactly.
like, and I don't know an MMO that didn't launch with server issues on day one. If there is one, we don't know about it because it ain't around.
True. That's very true. Bless. Excuse me.
Oh man, but I was the one to cough up the stuff.
No, but yeah, big shout outs to Tim, and hopefully this leads to just other things, creature monster collectors, or something else to come out that'll do it big. Maybe even Game Freak will get off their asses and actually do something to compete, because competition is always good. It benefits everybody, as they say.
Yep.
Uh, On to our second bit of news. I really haven't seen this gentleman as far as like his content, but shout out to DJ Knight. He is a streamer of our stature, minority streamer, um, for being nominated for Shorty. I'm not really familiar with that whole scene, but I know Shorties are like awards for like people of the year and things of that nature. I don't. Do you have any information on that, or do you know anything more about that? Sleep.
Not too much. I just know that I've actually seen him do a couple of interactions with Tech Live, so I know that they're like they run the same circle, and I've
Mm,
watched some of each of their streams, and I mean he makes good content, so that's all I really know is that he makes good
right.
content. I like watching when they do either of them do music streams, so
Okay.
like
Okay.
when you ever see somebody do original content in general these days, it's just nice, you know.
Right, right. And big shout out to him for being nominated. If you guys haven't voted or if you aren't aware, just type in shorties. You'll see a whole list of people that have been nominated for like People of the Year, uh, Content Creator of the Year, stuff like that. And he's on there. So, show him some love, show him some support. And then my my favorite update that just happened today, as some people would say, little hot mamas. The Guardian class has just been released for Black Desert. So that that is now live as of an hour and a half ago. So of course, your boy already made a character, designed it, and I'm gonna try it out after this podcast is over just to see how the class plays. Black Desert kind of turned me off with all the stuff they put in, but I'm always down to try out the new classes whenever they come out. So that'll be my thing. You have any interest in that, Sleep?
My interest with Black Desert is every time they come out with a new character, that means we get new images of just people making shit, you know. So
Right.
I'm gonna go and just surf and see what people created. I saw Billie Eilish already.
Mm.
I've seen people making characters from like Fairy Tale. Like every time there's a new female in that game, there's a new version of Urza. So I get to see that.
Yeah, that'll probably be the
Uh,
first thing that's created.
yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna troll through and see all the different waifus people make and just see how creative they can get because like I can't do it. You can get lost in that character creator for hours
Oh,
sometimes, but to
100%.
see what other people do is dope. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna go with that.
Just the amount of detail that is put in on that character creator is just mind blowing. Like the fact that you can go down to the simple cheek slider on the face and just move it ever so slightly. It's just
Yeah.
like, okay, that's a little bit much. That is a little bit much. But I think that's we covered the house cleaning pretty quickly. So we'll go ahead and get into that first topic. And that is Mixer on the way out essentially. And I know I shared that article with you. But for those that aren't aware, um, there's an article that is basically comparing Mixer to the Windows Phone, and we all know how the Windows Phone turned out. And upon reading the article in question, basically a lot of people are frustrated with Mixer's inability to implement features on their platform to help out their users. There's certain things that we have over here on this platform that Mixer has either said they're going to put in, or that's only available to people of partnered or whatever status they're called on Mixer. And so that leads to a lot of people leaving the platform, going to other places to have those tools to use their growth, i.e., Facebook, YouTube, Twitch over here. And a lot of people are doing anonymous. What is it? Not surveys per se, but just talking to people and airing out their grievances anonymously, so that way, of course, they don't get that flack. But we'll just start off with that. As far as it possibly being on the downcline, what do you think about that, Sleep?
I mean, Mixer can't come into the game and then spend a bunch of money and then expect that that's going to be enough to shake things up. Like it's enough to get attention, but you got to make that next move. And the next move isn't keep moving around these bigger streamers. It's how do I attract these mid-range streamers? That's where you're going to get a lot of people that as far as moving around these mid-tier and smaller communities. Like if you have a decent sized audience, but you're not Disguised Toast or whatever, you're not going to get this big bag thrown at you to just say, let me just uproot everything and move immediately. Then you need to be incentivized to move through their features. Like they need to give you something that your audience can't get on Twitch, something that can help you grow from that standpoint. And if they can't give you that, then there's no reason for you to move. So for these mid-tier streamers and smaller but established streamers, like I don't see them even considering the move if they don't do something to make it worthwhile. And it sounds like they're not doing it, especially when they draw comparisons to the Windows Phone.
Right.
And the Windows Phone is no different in my mind than the Xbox One. Like 360, they had trumped everything that the PS3 did when that came out. And then when they got ready to move over to Xbox One, they were sitting there talking all this hot stuff about how it was going to become the center of your media, like set up in your living room and take over control your house. They wanted it to be your Alexa before Alexa was a thing, and it was going to do everything but let you play video games essentially when they first started talking about it. And then they backtracked a lot of that, but they messed up, and PS4 moved in and snaked a lot of their stuff, saying we're gonna focus strictly on video games
Right.
and then give you better internet on par, better internet gaming on par with what Xbox Live was giving you, and then give you more free games and just keep doing it. Like they essentially said, we're gonna do everything our rival was doing before the right way, so that we're not effing up anymore. But then we're gonna focus on the thing you wanted us to focus on, and that's what like it boggles the mind. Like when the audience is already telling you what they want, and you say, you know what, let's go left instead.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have the blueprint. If Mixer wants to, or Mixer, Facebook Gaming, anybody wants to beat Twitch, look at what Twitch is doing right, which is letting people play video games on the internet with thousands of people, millions of people. And look at what they're doing wrong. Not really engaging the community unless the community basically is throwing money at them. And that's literally all you have to fix.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, everybody's happy with. People just want to play video games with their friends, sit down, watch other people play video games with their friends. Like
Right.
that's it. Twitch is, yeah, there's non-video game related things like the art community on here, the Twitch Sings community,
Mm-hmm.
and the Let's Talk people, and that's fine. All that is fine. But we just want to do that with our friends online. That's it. Make
Right.
that easier for everyone to do, regardless of how much money they're throwing at you, and you win. It's not very difficult, but for some reason, these guys in suits can't understand this concept.
they more so think about the bottom line instead of like the long term, like what's going to affect me here and now. At least from my perspective, that's what it seems like. And Wolf, you're 100% correct. Non-partner streamer, the people that are on their way up, not even necessarily those people, but everybody, like you were saying, Sleep, the mid tier and maybe a little bit lower than the mid tier. If they start listening to them, I think they would be better off, because those are the people that could potentially end up being the top dog, or being the next person to carry essentially your platform to the next level. But I pulled up the list of what people were griping about, and I'll read them off to you. So the first one that they said is, why do the mobile apps still lack out of app picture in picture, which I wish they had that for the Twitch app. The next one is, why are you still using the awful player.me service for your game database when better maintained options like Giant Bomb exist? What's going on? And so I'm sorry, I'm trying to multitask. And they said, why are there no apps on PS4, Switch, Android TV, Fire Stick, and Roku? And please stop deflecting blame to Sony without actually saying it. They don't run a streaming service. It's not that hard. It's not a hard case to make. Xbox Live is on Switch. You can get Mixer on PS4. How do you launch a new revamped Xbox app without support for FTL, one of the core features on Mixer? Why is there no easy way for the mods of larger channels to communicate amongst themselves without third-party tools? And I'll stop right there because we can keep going, but there's a couple of things that I want to touch on that were pretty interesting. That was one thing I did miss that I think Twitch, I don't know if they still do it, but they need to go back to, is have the app on the Xbox, because I used that religiously when I had my Xbox. Was use the Twitch app to watch people online and stuff like that instead of having to sit down at my PC. But now you can use the phone. But if I was gaming on my console, it was nice to have that, or the side by side picture in picture, not picture in picture, but where you can snap the app on one side and listen to somebody and play the game on the other. I think that is something that is kind of a requirement nowadays for people that are on consoles.
I mean, yeah, if you're on a console, it's got to be a little bit more difficult to just navigate all this stuff. So they should be doing everything they can to allow you to use your mobile phone in place of a second screen.
Right.
You know, just it just makes sense.
And just for the fact that the mods don't have a way to communicate on their platform, is kind of mind blowing. Because on here, you can DM people, you can send messages to each other.
Yeah, I
Um,
shouldn't have to go to a Discord in order to talk to other mods if I'm a mod. Like we should be able to do so right then and there
right,
on your platform. So
right,
that's
right.
just yeah, a basic messaging system is not difficult to implement.
It's just really crazy. And I'm gonna keep going, but those were a couple of the ones that I thought were kind of key. Let's see. Why is there still no ability to drop playback quality on VODs for low speed connections? For that matter, why are VODs still incredibly laggy regardless of speed? Okay, that's a back office issue for them. Why is there no platform level closed captioning and streamers are required to use third party tools for this feature that require them to be shown to every viewer? Okay. Why is there no mixer value add tied into other Microsoft services like a free sub for Game Pass Ultimate subscribers? Amazon has Twitch Prime. Why can't we get something like that? For that matter, why does $10 a month for Pro still give nothing but a purple name, more sparks, and no ads, no one outside the which no one outside the US see anyway? That one is key. I think that one is a game changer right there. If they were able to tie in that to Game Pass, they would be able to not even make so much more money, but it would be so much better for the platform
I
if
mean,
that was something they
uh,
were able to tie together, because that makes a
I
lot
get
of
what you're
sense.
saying. No, I get what you're saying. It would be better for the platform as a whole, but like, nah, it just. I'm thinking about what you said at first, like the money, like that's what incentivizes them, right? We just talked about that,
Right.
dude. You're almost throwing money away if you don't do it because the Game Pass is what $5 a month.
Something like that. Well, depending on which tier you go to, I think they have
For
two
the
different
first,
tiers.
yeah, it's like $5. It's a month, for the like the most basic tier.
Right.
So translate that into a free, mixer,
Whatever they
I
call
don't
it for
know, since you
Mixer.
can't go with Prime,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Alpha, whatever, pick one. Mixer, equivalent of Twitch Prime, and then there you go. And if you get the Ultimate Game Pass, then you get a $10 one instead. You
Right.
can throw it your favorite person that you're watching on that
Or maybe
platform,
even two
and
people or something. Like that
yeah,
it
or you can split it. Yeah, that would
right.
just the option. Just having the option would be like people be like, "Yo, they giving me options." Like that in itself is something,
It's just crazy that they haven't
right?
incorporated something like that already. I mean, they were pushing it. They're trying to make everything, cross compatible or PC. You could play your Xbox games on your PC. Well, why aren't you tying that into your service, essentially your streaming service? But yeah, that was a big one as well. Let's see. Why have non-partner streamers all but entirely lost the ability to have their channels featured, even when they're long-standing streamers with good reputation? What if viewers could spend sparks to get them featured? That's actually pretty smart. For that matter, why does it seem that only a handful of even partners receive front page promotion anymore? Ember pricing really needs a rethink. They're too expensive. Okay. Why are 24/7 farming streams? Okay. Let's see. Why is Clip still in beta for partners only after all this time? Is it no longer a nice? Is it no longer a nice to have feature? Is it a key and critical part of any streamer's content, plans, and strategy? So yeah, that was when I was talking to you about like off air, is that they don't even have clips, and clips is only something for their partnered streamers over there. So that's kind of mind blowing that something that basic is only available to you meeting a criteria of whatever their criteria standards are, in order to take those clips and make either your montages or your content on another platform like YouTube to bring those people the cycle basically to bring those people
Yeah.
back to your mixer platform. And that's kind of mind blowing that they don't have something that basic. But I mean, when you look at these things in perspective, it kind of is like, okay, well, that's, Twitch had these running since day one. But yeah, and what do you think about that? It's just for me,
Uh,
I'm just like, okay, that it just makes me scratch my head.
so on the clips thing, that should be available to everybody, bar none, straight up. Just like you said, it's part of the cycle. You make content on Twitch. Some people, once you get to, especially like mid to upper tier streamers, tend to take those clips, post them on YouTube for people who frequent the stream, but sometimes can't make every stream,
Right.
so that they can see what happened. Don't feel like they're missing out, especially the more entertaining parts or bits of their stream. And then, you get some new people, they watch them, and they come back to the other platform. So it's just the internet gaming cycle. But they're just losing an opportunity to create more viewers for their own platform by not doing that. Because think about how many times you've seen somebody have a moment where a small streamer had a clip of something that happened and then it blew up and then that person became one of the bigger people on the thing. Like that's how we all found out about Sweet Anita.
Right.
Like nobody knew who she was. She was just this girl playing video games. Next thing you know, she's cussing. Wait, why is this flying? Oh, she's got Tourette's. All right, well, she's still doing it and she's actually a gamer. Let's watch her.
Right.
You wouldn't even have that kind of moment if it wasn't for clips because the rest of us would have never found out. So it's insane to me that they don't have clips available for everyone. The whole pricing thing, yeah, if you don't stay competitive with the pricing ranges on Twitch, people are just gonna go to Twitch. Just done. Uh, I'm not spending $7 on your platform to get the exact same result as supporting someone else I care about on Twitch for $5. Like, it's got to be competitive.
Mm.
It feels like Mixer is suffering from the same thing as a lot of Microsoft projects, though. Microsoft has a trend of let's break into this industry and they'll come out and they'll do something and they'll be like, it's too hard. People are making us do stuff. Let's just back off. And then
Hmm.
they just forget about it and it just eventually dies off. Like that's how once again the Windows phone, but even before that, I don't know if you remember the Zune.
Yeah, I remember Zune.
Like that was their first attempt at that, and I might
Right.
be showing my age here, but my old ass, I got my heart broken by the Zoom, man. Like I got a Zoom because I was like, whoa, this thing's got a TV in it. They didn't have that back then,
Right.
man. It's
Right.
like, oh, it's got a screen on it. Like it's got way more storage space than the iPod Touch does. It's like, yeah, let me get this Zoom thing. I could put anything on here. Does it just have to be stuff I bought off the Microsoft store, like or whatever? Like
Hmm.
what? I could put my own files, and that was back when everybody was like using those, LimeWire, Napster drives.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I was like, yo, like I had like whole seasons of anime on that thing, and that was important to a young man going on his first deployment, man. Like
Right.
it kept me from getting that thing kept me from going stir crazy on the ship a lot of times, man. So I was like, when I came back and I was like, yo, like, where's the Zoom support in it, man? Like, come on, like, y'all got to where's the updates? Like, I've been gone for like 10 months. There's been one update. Like, come
Hmm.
on, man. Like, but my doomed tech purchases to the side, like, this is the trend that Windows and Microsoft in general seems to have. Like, they'll come out with a platform or a product and they'll support it for like a year or two and it doesn't just completely take over the industry like they want it to and then they start forgetting about it and it just dies, not because there aren't people who want it to succeed but because it wasn't enough for them to consider it profitable, because if it's not controlling 90% of the market like Windows does,
Hmm.
then they don't care. And it's like that's a bad way to look at things, man. Like if you can get 30% of the market in a market it's global, that's good. Like don't just kill that off because it's not 90. That's a terrible idea.
Right. Right. And that. Oh my goodness. And the list keeps. Hold on. How many more? Okay. So there's like five more things on this list now, and I'll read them off real quick, and we can continue talking about it. Um. And this is one that's basically like customer service kind of thing. While support is lightning fast in their responses, why are the frontline reps nearly powerless to do anything to the majority of tickets? And why do so many tickets end up being forwarded to the developers, where they seem to disappear into the void? Uh, why is the API still so unreliable? Sites like Keymailer that I rely on for development. Okay. I can't see that one. Despite repeated assurances, why is Mixer still not making more effort to promote true variety streamers or just anything beyond the latest releases and the same few battle royale titles? And then they said the top games never change. But that can be due to the fact that nobody's really playing other games or have the followership to bring up those games into the top category. And then the last one, why are analytics still broken and unreliable after almost 2 years? They have improved a little bit lately, but I still can't count on them to be reliable when sections are still demonstrably broken. This makes approaching game developers and potential sponsors very difficult. So it sounds like they have a lot that's going on essentially on their end that really needs to be worked on. Like I said, that customer service one, as far as, oh yeah, we're gonna pass the buck, basically passing the buck, and it just doesn't get answered from what they're saying. That's a big one, especially if you have people in the mid range or on their way to becoming a higher tier streamer. They're not going to want to stick around for that if they're not getting any kind of service or any help for their questions. They're going to want to take their community and leave, which ends up stopping that revenue source to your platform.
It sounds like whoever wrote that list was listening to some Drake, because they going through some woes, man. Like, it's bad over there. It sounds like they just can't get any help. But
Right.
I mean, it goes back to what we were about at the beginning. Like, if you don't support those mid-range people, then they never make it to the top. And the more people at the top is better for Mixer. It might not be better for the other guys at the top, because now they might have to compete if they're in the same time slot or whatever. But Mixer as a platform only benefits from having more people watching it. So why not support those guys and nurture them?
Right.
Especially when, like you said, if you don't do that, they go somewhere else. Because if Mixer's not giving you something different from somewhere from the other platforms, just go back to Twitch.
Right.
Like, YouTube gaming not really working out, not really doing anything for you, no real changes or benefits to your community, just take your community back to Twitch. Like, that's what these other sites need to realize. Like, is Twitch ain't going nowhere.
Not with
And
the
unfortunately for us, Twitch knows this as well. So
yeah.
sometimes, so like, as much as we want you to threaten Twitch. Like, and there's nothing that we don't want Twitch to succeed and we want it to die or any of that kind of stuff like that. But like, if you threaten Twitch, then they have to improve too.
Competition.
Exactly. Like, if you do the things that you need to do to make people think, you know what, maybe I should look that way, and enough people start looking that way, Twitch might start thinking maybe I need to go to the gym and start working out or something, like, because
Right.
they keep looking at all these other people and I need them to look at me. Like, and it's that simple. Like, nothing sparks self improvement, but like feeling like you're gonna get left behind. I had plenty of people I knew I was in the military that felt like they couldn't make rank unless they got a better evaluation. The only way to get that better evaluation was to get a better physical, because they were doing everything they could at work. They felt like, so just do a little bit better on that physical. So you start going to that gym, you start working out, and then you cut that run time a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You do that few extra push-ups. That's all we asking from Mixer, from YouTube gaming, Facebook gaming, all of them is, hey man, the better y'all look, the better Twitch starts to become for everybody else. And then the only people who don't profit from this is non-gamers, essentially.
Yeah.
Anybody in the gaming sphere profits from this. Twitter's getting better, cool. Mixer gets better, cool. We want everyone to be better. Like, that's the real thing. It's like, nobody wants anyone to fail. We want everyone to get better. But
Right.
if y'all fail, then Twitch has no reason to improve on its side. So
So let me ask you this. And I know a lot of the people that moved over went to what's going on, man? Went to, if you want to jump in, Tipsy, let me know. Went to the other platforms on year deals. Do you think by the time their deal ends, that platform will be gone? So let's say, for instance, I don't know how long he signed for, but let's just spitball here. Ninja, he signs for 3 years. Do you think by the time he's done, Mixer's finished? Do you think
I
he,
feel like
if they
I
don't
feel like
improve,
I feel like Mixer can make it through the three because he signed 3 years. He signed about a year ago, so they got what like another 2 years
something
on
like
that
that?
contract. So 2 years, I feel like Mixer can survive 2 years, especially with Ninja and these other people who they just signed
Mm,
being around. Like just that in itself is enough to keep their numbers going enough to think, okay, we can just keep like if they don't do another update, change, or anything like that, and they just have to keep the servers going, they make enough money off of Ninja and these other guys to keep the servers going.
right.
I mean, we didn't see video games with way less players keep the servers going for way longer. So Mixer can do that. But um I say he leaves and then like maybe one or two more key people like put not pulling maybe like him, but pulling close to numbers like him
Mm,
leave and they haven't done anything to basically turn one of those mid-tier streamers into a top tier mixer streamer. That person just been there for 2 to 3 years making those numbers but not growing because Mixer's not doing anything to promote them and they don't have no contract,
mm,
might move their whole community to Twitch, especially if Twitch does anything. I mean, just the slightest thing to improve. Then they move like that. If you don't have a contract, then you have about as much loyalty to a platform as that platform has to you.
right.
And if they're not doing things to show that, hey, we're trying to work with you to get to that next level because we believe you can actually be that person, then why not go somewhere else and then try your luck there? Especially when like, you could be that guy. Like, if you know you're good at, I don't know, Fortnite, like, or whatever,
Mm,
and you can pull off all these sick trick shots and you stream on there and you got YouTube videos and your YouTube channel pulling way big numbers, but your mixer is nowhere near that and you can't figure out why nobody can find your mixer thing, you might consider, hey, let me just try streaming on Twitch. Maybe they're just all watching Twitch guys.
right.
And then when you go over there, you see that number change because like you don't have a contract, so you can go over there and do a one or two off. And if you see your numbers improve, you don't have a reason to go back.
Right.
They This is the kind of stuff they need to consider. Like I feel like the mid-tier streamer is like the most crucial thing because the big guys are gonna stay big guys. Once you make it there, it's hard to fall off without some kind of controversy.
Right. But even then, it feels like the controversy ends up making you stronger. It's like the dark,
Yeah,
it's like the dark side of the force.
yeah, you spit out a couple of unlimited power cuss words, and then next thing you know, you sneak in a racial slur, and you're just blowing up again.
Right.
So, and then the internet is full of people who love the power of toxic and anonymity. Bah, I can't say that right now for some reason, but the anonymous toxic people who just love the ability to be on the internet and say what they want to say and feel like because they're behind the keyboard, no one can see their face, they got superpowers. Like
Hmm.
that guy loves a streamer like that.
Right.
So just it's just gonna promote more and more people to come over to Twitch because Twitch you can't do that on Mixer. You can't be that toxic on Mixer.
Oh, 100%. You'll
You
get
know,
you'll get let go real quick.
you go over to Mixer, you tell them kick you in the buns, then you're gonna get booted. So, but on Twitch, you can come out and say pretty much anything other than a death threat and be all right.
And as far as like what you were saying, well, a couple of things. Personally, I think if they don't change if they don't make an action to change these issues that have been brought to light and these streamers that they brought over end up leaving at the end of their contract, I think they're done. To be 100% honest with you, it ends up being a Windows Phone situation. You had a service that was, the bee's knees for the first 2 years they were in the game. All the money they paid to those people, they got their bag, they got out because you weren't doing what you need to do to keep those people there, or renegotiate to keep those people there because you didn't fulfill on the promises that you stated you were going to put on the platform. So when that time comes, doomsday for them essentially, when those people's contracts are up, I think they end up just falling to the wayside. It just becomes another service or something like that. I don't even know the word I can say right now. Just another dead game essentially, like what people say. And then I think those streamers that end up signing those contracts, if they're not on like YouTube or Facebook Gaming, they end up coming back to Twitch. I think at the end of the day, if they don't do something to improve that, they're dead in the water, and they're going to lose the competitive factor to Twitch at the end of the day.
I feel like Facebook gaming is the scary one, in my opinion,
Right.
out of these three. Because say what you want about Facebook, Martin Zuckerberg is a damn cyborg, and when he sets his mind to grab something, he snatches it up and then he focuses on improving that thing to make it a part of their business. And then if they can, and if the service dies after that, it's not because they didn't do stuff to improve upon it. Like Facebook gaming has been blowing up at an extremely high rate comparatively, and it's not like Facebook doesn't have a lot of features to help you find people. Like you can search by game, search by name, search if you can search by what your friends are looking at, which is
Right.
a dope ass feature to have.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I feel like that's one of the features that Twitch needs to pick up on real quick. Like I know you can see on the side of your thing, like what are your friends who are online are watching currently.
Right.
But I think it'd be dope if like recommended, it was like recommended, and then it has like because a couple of your friends have already watched this guy,
That would be nice.
and because like Facebook gaming, you could be like I can go there and it'll say, Mark, Paul, John, and Luke have all looked at this guy's stream, so you might want to check it out. And I'm like, well, shit, if like 4 or 5 of my friends are already watching this, maybe I should go see what all the hubbub is about. And then you pop in and you watch the stream, even if it's just for a little bit, but they got you.
Right.
And that was on that platform, and you didn't have to go somewhere else to find out about it. This is essentially word of mouth without using word of mouth. And that's powerful because no recommendation is bigger than like your family and your friends.
Right. Because you're going to trust those people to, give you the best information.
Exactly. So especially if it's a family member or a friend that y'all have similar tastes to. So Facebook, that's the scary one to me. I feel like if I worked at Twitch, that's the one I would keep my eye on right now, especially since we all see how Mitch is going through their woes because Microsoft are discovering the same thing they discovered with the Xbox and Windows Phone and Zoom. That just throwing money at a problem ain't gonna be enough.
Right.
Like you have to make decisions and stick and do things to improve upon those decisions if you really want to upset that market.
Right. And to comment on what you were saying a little bit ago, as far as the mid tier streamers, I know what a lot of people are going to say, and it's like it's not their job to support those mid tier streamers. You have to do for yourself before you get that support and things like that. But the way you got to look at it is, if they are on the upswing, why would you not want to provide that input to push them even further, because that's going to end up generating more revenue for your platform. So that's the one thing that I think would kind of counter that. But I mean, I understand both sides as far as, it's not a requirement for the platform to support you if you are a mid, I would say lower mid to upper mid tier streamer. Like, I get it, because then people would be like, well, that wasn't provided to me when I was on the grind and stuff. It just opens up a whole can of worms.
Okay, let me stop you there. That whole "it wasn't there when I started" thing. Let's not use that as an excuse.
That's gonna happen, though. That's gonna happen.
But you know what? A lot of things were not there at the beginning of something, and it didn't mean it needed to change.
Right.
And I'm not going to even get into the whole obviously like America women. Women didn't have the right to vote at the start, but we fixed that, right?
Right.
Because we realized that was stupid. Black people weren't free at first, but we realized later on that's stupid, and we fixed that. Like all the society's other issues around, like you can't say, well, it wasn't like that at the start, so we can't fix it now. Like that's stupid. That's a terrible excuse for anything.
Mhm.
You know.
But you
Um,
know it's coming though. That's all I'm saying is that's going to be that's literally going to be the key response that people are going to say as far as that topic, as far as supporting, your mid tier, you're up in a mid tier or mid tier streamers, regardless.
Second of all, I don't think that Twitch needs to go out of their way and make commercials for mid-tier streamers like they do with the top
Well,
people
no,
and
I'm
whatnot.
just saying the streaming platforms in general. Like we were talking about Mixer. I'm just saying
Oh
when
yeah,
they're gonna
I'm saying Twitch,
comment.
but I literally just mean any platform. Like you
Right,
don't have to make commercials for your mid-tier streamers like you do with your top-tier streamers. I'm not asking for that. That's a bit much right there. To put somebody in a studio and shoot a damn commercial for a mid-tier streamer is a bit much.
right.
You know, hell, even top tier. Like if you making ninja money, you can shoot your own damn commercial.
That is very true. Very
You
true.
know. So I'm not even talking about that. What I mean is like, all right, when you hit the front page and it's got discover, like it shouldn't be people with 10K people and they fucking views sitting there. We don't need you to tell us who that person is. We know them.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Like I don't need you to tell me, hey, you like MMOs, you should watch Code Carnage. Don't tell me that, bitch. I'm already watching Code Carnage. I don't need you to tell me to watch Code Carnage. But like I might need you to tell me about this guy playing this little indie game that I like, but he's only got 30 views, and I didn't even know it came out. Like I might want you to tell me about that because I can see both the game and maybe find a new streamer to watch because he's interested in this indie game that I'm interested in. Like this guy that's got like 300 viewers playing some esoteric game that most of us forgot about, but it's an old school cult favorite of mine. Tell me about that guy. The guy doing the speed run of Chrono Trigger. I want to see that. Hell yeah. But you don't. I'm not asking for a commercial for that guy. Just point him out. Like
Right,
you're already taking my data. I know you know what I like. So just tell me there's a guy playing what I like.
right.
Now, if they shooting random stuff at Tipsy, I get it. He got his VPN on. He got a bunch of other things. Nobody know what Tipsy like. I got you. But if it's
True.
me, you know what I like. I gave you my data on purpose. Better
Well,
talk your shit. That's all
well,
I'm saying.
on a side note, Tipsy, welcome to the show, my friend. Welcome, special guest Tipsy in the middle, y'all.
What's going on, homie?
Yo, they be showing me people in Germany, dude. I be like, bro, chill.
See? That's what I'm saying.
Oh man.
What do you think about this? What do you think about this, man?
About as far as my bad, I came in.
No, it's all good. We were just talking about the issue that Mixer was having, and not having that competitive feature essentially to promote new features for Twitch that we're all pretty much on for the most part, and how it could potentially die off.
I mean, as far as what though? Let's honestly, okay. Let's honestly be real about what Twitch has and what Mixer really like. What features are you talking about that Twitch really like super duper have that Mixer don't really like
Well,
talking about?
the very first one that we touched on was that clips are only available to partner streamers on Mixer, whereas that is a day
Yes.
one. That's a day one thing on Twitch from the get go. What? Go ahead.
Now that is now.
Right.
Now that is like that.
Right.
Because if you remember, it used to be the same way back on fucking Twitch.
Right. But they got their shit together
Like
essentially.
that.
But
They got after a while because they do the same shit on Twitch. Any new feature they testing, they push it to the partner people
right,
first for
right.
like a long ass time, for like a long time before they give it to us.
But the thing is, and here's what I'm getting at. If you've been around long enough to see that develop on Twitch, right? Why are you walking the same path as Twitch does and not have that available as a day one feature? That's the thing. Like Twitch did this back in the day. Clips are a very simple thing. And that's just that that's just the first, that's the first thing. Um, but why would you not have that available to everybody, which would in turn, promote growth for multiple people on your platform, which would end up bringing in more revenue instead of blocking that behind the partners that Twitch did, and now you're seeing that stagnant. You're seeing that stagnation on your end.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So we gotta also take this into account that these two things are two huge companies owned by other huge companies.
Right.
Like, so when the clips and stuff came out, right? Those were still that company was still owned by Amazon.
Hmm.
So these are moves that Amazon are making.
Right.
This company, on the other hand, was how long has fucking um you remember when it was Beam?
Yeah, that was 2016.
Okay,
It's been about 3 years,
2016.
almost three
Yeah,
years.
about 3 years. They've been owned by Microsoft for not too long. Not too long. The people that was fucking that owned Beam at
Mm,
the time, it ain't been too long. They've gone. Them people that was on Beam, they gone. Them people gone.
mm.
So this now is a Windows company that's trying to do shit after they done bought it. And so it's like, yo, they trying to keep up with them, but they ain't pushing out. They don't really care. They
I mean, yeah, we understand that. And that was the first thing
let's
we said. It's
let,
about the bottom line,
let's keep it
but
real.
it's just like if you're watching this Twitch was here first, right? Twitch
Uh-huh.
was here first. How in the fuck are you
Of
not
course.
looking at the shit that
Looking at
they?
all the features. All the features that Twitch. I
Why
agree with that.
that's my
You gotta
that
Okay.
that is the one thing I'm talking about. It's just like what your competitor did or is doing with their features. They're rolling out to partners first and then they're pushing it out on everybody else. Why are you not making that available to everybody instead of like basic features like clips, stuff like that? Why are you not making that available to everyone from the start, so that way that promotes Mixer with the clips? It's like, oh, hey, we have this entertaining person, with this clip, come watch him over on Mixer. Oh, what is Mixer? Let me go check it out.
But let's be for real. Clips ain't
And
fucking
but that
bringing people to Twitch. Clips ain't taking
Okay.
people away
but that
from
leads to what
Mixer,
sleep.
ain't bringing more people to Mixer. Let's be for real. That's a feature, yes, but that ain't a core aspect of Twitch. That ain't a core aspect of fucking Mixer. It's really not. I
Right.
mean, yes, it's a cool feature. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I mean, it makes shit on Twitch convenient. Yeah, but nigga, let's be for real. Niggas ain't just coming in there like just to clip. No, like they coming in there for whatever they doing.
Mm-hmm.
Clipping is a part of it. Don't get me wrong. Clipping is cool and all that stuff like that. But me personally, I ain't just going around just clipping shit off every fucking stream I go to. So I mean, whether you have a clip function or not, don't
Mm-hmm.
really matter for people like me because I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I just come here to watch your shit. I don't give a fuck
Right.
about your clipping abilities. That ain't bringing nothing to the table for uh, a viewer. For most viewers,
All right.
that
I get
niggas
you.
that look.
I get you. But for some viewers, a clip actually it helps out a lot. Like, all right, so I'm gonna give you a scenario here. Fighting games, for instance. The FGC, you ain't gonna see nobody doing fighting game shit on Mixer. It ain't happening. Because
Okay,
all the big fighting game tournaments and shit like that, all of them on Twitch. And when you see somebody going at it and they have a clip and it's, I don't know, Justin Wall versus Daigo or whatever, and they go through a sequence and something crazy starts to happen, best believe somebody's clipping that, even if it's just so they can throw it up real quick on like YouTube or Twitter or whatever. But that clip is happening real quick because you won't get that specific match played out the same way again without that. And unless you're there recording it, you don't have access to that footage or nothing like that unless
yes
you
you do.
clip it off of Twitch or you wait
No,
until somebody else does a video for YouTube later.
no. On Mixer, They got VODs and shit.
but their
It's
VODs are
archived off the rip.
right.
As
But
soon as you done,
Yeah.
that shit archived.
Okay, but Tipsy.
Or they got automatically the fucking past broadcast shit. As soon as you go into a nigga thing
but
on mix, I mean, as soon as you go into somebody thing on there, it's blowing up in your face.
All
As
right.
soon as you go on
but
their channel, they last broadcast is
Hold on.
playing
that was
in
one of the issues that Mixer has though, is that their VODs are trash regardless of what your speed is. Like you
Oh, I
can't.
wouldn't even go into the VOD shit.
I know, but I'm just letting him
but
know.
there is
But
it's true.
why would you want to watch something that you can't see
Hold
essentially?
on. Let me cover this specifically.
Uh,
I chose fighting games for a reason here. Like now, I'm not even going to the VODs being quality trash or any of that kind of stuff. If you go back and you want to watch that specific sequence that happened, you don't want to go into a fighting game stream and look through the entire, because these things can go all day. They can start at 10 in the morning and go until 10 at night. Like Evo will start at like 10 in the morning and not finish until like after midnight on the first day. On the second day, it will go from 10 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. I'm not trying to have to cycle through 2 4-hour VODs to find one sequence that lasts about 30 seconds inside of a 12-minute match. I want that clip.
But these are case by case scenarios, though. Everybody ain't looking for this
Yeah,
same
but that's what I'm saying.
sequence or
No,
caring
but
about this
this
thing.
can apply to other communities as well, is what I'm trying to get at. Like if you play shooting games and you don't want to have to go through this person's 4-hour stream to find this clip of where they do some cool ass sniper rifle thing with a trick shot or whatever the fuck, you want that clip. For competitive gaming, clips is very important because you want to see specifically how the fuck a sequence played out. Because everything outside of that sequence is irrelevant. That sequence is the most important thing that might have happened right there.
See, well, okay, and that's why I say, and that okay, and
It's kind of like
also again,
if you watching if you go on ESPN and you see they have a whole show of just clips, the red zone.
yes, but
Like,
that's something that they make. I mean, you wait for them to make that damn clip or upload it to YouTube. You
yeah, but that's what I'm
good?
saying. I'm not. Yeah, but you expect Mixer to make somebody a mid-tier
No,
streamers
no, no,
clips?
no, 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 no,
No.
no,
So just give them the
no.
ability to
I'm
make their
saying
own damn clips. Is what I'm
no.
saying.
I'm just saying like that's a difference from person to person. Cause I can't tell you the last time I went into somebody's profile on their page or tried to make a clip from somebody. I can't tell you the last time. I ain't no clipping person. I don't care. If you wasn't there, you wasn't there. I'm sorry. You
Okay,
wasn't there.
and I understand that for you, but that's what I'm saying. Depending on like
And
what
that's
games you
yeah,
in
and the
to,
same
it could
thing
be
is
a
on the
huge
reverse side
difference.
too. And the same thing is on the reverse side. You maybe want to see one of the few people who want to see the clip or see that sequence. It ain't for everybody. The same thing. Everybody ain't trying to look at the damn clip, just like everybody not trying to look at. I mean, a lot of people do want to look at the clip. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just it goes. I guess it's on the side of what's important to whoever
right. And
is the person, because like to me, I can give two fucks about mix having clips. Don't care. That's not what I'm not gonna be the one clipping shit, so
right.
it
But
don't matter to me. But as far as you, it's to you, yo, this is something maybe that you think, okay, this is one of those things that I'm need. This my flavor, but it's one of
I,
those like
Yeah, like that's what I'm
some
saying.
people don't care.
As the only one here who like is in the FGC type stuff, that's why I'm throwing that out there because I know
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
big
yeah.
deal. That's how
I
people
feel you.
share tech. Somebody can
Yeah.
spend a 5-hour stream practicing Chun Li for 3 hours of that damn stream, and then come up with a like somebody just came up with a side switch combo for Chun Li listed a month ago that's guaranteed to work. That only works because of this recent update that they've done for this new season. And before this, no one had did this combo, and because it wasn't possible. And if it went for this guy saying, "Oh shit," and then clipping it and then uploading that shit to Twitter, the rest of the fucking world wouldn't even know this combo existed until this guy did this shit in a big ass tournament or something like that. Like,
I
unless you were just a
mean,
hardcore Chun Li person and you sat there and sifted through all these different
no,
streams to find that.
no. He made it. Hey, he talking about old shit, whatever the case may be. this guy knew that, hey, I did it in the stream. I can go back in my stream, post what I did. I mean, I don't need a clipping feature to do that. I could re-upload, edit, edit it on YouTube or Twitter.
But
Same
Yeah,
thing.
uh,
but thanks
I'm
to
just saying.
clips,
I'm just saying.
that shit
Yes,
was able to
yes.
be uploaded
Clipping
while he was
makes it
still there.
convenient. Yes, clipping makes it convenient, but it ain't no core thing to where it's something that Mixer needs. It's something that
I
to make it competitive. It is
All
not.
right, I would
It's
argue
not.
they
It
need
is
it
a
simply because the
convenient
competition
tool.
already has it.
Huh?
I say I would
Yes.
argue they need it
Yes.
simply because it's already there. You can't do less
No,
than
it's
20%.
convenient. Yes. It's
Like
convenient
you
because
can't come
I'm gonna
into the
be
game
real
and
with
say
you.
I'm gonna do
I'm gonna
less.
be I'm gonna be real with you. It's like, okay, there are pros and cons to both of them. Pros and cons to both of them, right? So okay, so Twitch, uh, it's out there. Twitch is on. Everybody and their mama know Twitch. If you in the recording scene, Mixer, not as much. Everybody ain't really fucking with Mixer like talking about. Everybody ain't in there like that. Twitch, con. Everybody in there, and they just let anybody in and let anybody do whatever the heck they want to do. And the quality is like it's trash. The quality of streamers is trash on Twitch. Let's be real. Mixer, you already know that you can't make it on Twitter, so you ain't finna come over there to Mixer with no any kind of Joe Blow type crap. Because you already know there ain't that many people on there, so you got to bring your A game because you fighting for like the last five people to watch you because ain't nobody over there, so you got to bring a little A game. So and so that means the community is a little bit more, they bring a little bit more creativity on that side because the simple fact is it ain't nothing but like 13 people over there on Mixer. So both of them got pros and cons. Let's be real. Both of them do, but that that whole clipping thing ain't one of those uber duper make or break type
but
things.
it can be though. There has been, you cannot deny there has been cases where somebody has clipped something and it's gone, let's say live stream fails and that person blows up because of it. There
But but live stream fails, man. They just be doing
it
everything,
doesn't it
bro.
doesn't it doesn't
Like live whole streams
I know, but
of me watching,
majority of the
and they
time,
just
but they clip
oh
that
go ahead.
one, the person clips that one thing, that one key moment of somebody saying something either slanderous or doing something, goes on live stream, fails, that person blows up, they get a bunch of subs, followers, whatever the case may be. All I'm saying is if they had a clipping feature, it would help promote the growth of some of the streamers on their platform. The
Yes,
same way that
I
it
agree
does,
with that.
the same way that it does over here on Twitch. That
Right.
that
I
that
agree. I agree with that. It is a convenient tool. Yes, I agree. I'm 100% with you on that. But it ain't nothing that's like breaking
Oh no, not at all.
streamers
But
like
it's
walking.
just
It ain't
what
nothing like, oh my god, I can't go to Mixer
right,
because they don't
right.
have a fucking clipping
But
feature.
the thing is
No,
my
no.
point. My point from the get go was why do you not have this day one when you know
Yes, yes.
your competitor,
They should have it. They should have. Yes,
right,
I agree with you on that. That is easy shit that they should have had.
right. So
That's easy shit that they should have had. I
and
Yeah.
agree.
that was what we were getting at
Yes. Hmm.
as far as some of the features that were missing. Um,
Yes.
and then what else? There was one other thing. As far as we were talking about what promoting of the mid tier streamers. We're talking about the back and forth between that about people saying it wasn't there. But I had to do it on my own or whatever the case may be. Sleep.
Yeah. So
Man,
basically, yeah, old school people who've been around since Twitch was, Justin.tv and all that kind of
just
stuff. Yeah.
yo.
Sitting there talking
Yo.
about, like, oh, well, back in my day, we had to just do it on our own. There was nobody to support us. And I was like, that's a bullshit argument. Get that out of
What
here.
we be shooting in the gym?
Yeah. Like, I don't want to hear that. So, no. because there's a lot of shit that wasn't like it was before. And afterward we said, this is stupid. Let's make it better. And that's literally how humanity got to where we are so far. That's how we've survived. This saying, this is stupid. Let's make shit better. So like, I don't
I'm
want to
still
hear that
waiting for them to
excuse.
make it better.
Like a lot of us are.
Let's be for real.
Yeah, a lot of us are, but we also covered that. We want, just we want Mixer to do better, even if we over here doing this podcast on Twitch right now. We want Mixer to do better. We want Facebook to do better because if they do better, Twitch has to do better. Like,
Hey,
oh,
Facebook low key ain't playing.
I know.
Let's be for real. Facebook ain't playing. Facebook
Yeah,
low key got more people than Mixer.
we talked
Like,
about that too. Like, we're not joking. Like, Facebook is
yeah,
doing it right now.
yeah.
Like I just told him I want them to bring that feature where you can see what your friends and family have been watching and enjoying. Like, that would be dope if you could do that. Like, Twitch is kind of there where you can see your people who are online through the Twitch website or the Twitch app. You can see what they're watching currently. But like on Facebook, it'll be like, hey, you had X number of family members already looking at this guy. So if I see 2, 3, 4 of my people already looking at this from my friends and fam, I'm like, I might want to check this dude out. And even if they're not watching him right now, if they watched him in the past multiple times, then yeah, it could be something that we need to check out. So I just feel like Facebook is they don't Mark Zuckerberg, like I said, he's a cyborg. He don't fuck around. He laser focus on what he want, and he come in and he improve it and throw money at it religiously. And if it work out, it work out. If it don't, it don't. But you can't say he ain't tried.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. You do just throw money at every single thing.
Yeah, they just throw money at it because they good. They got Facebook money, man. And that's what I think that's what irks people about Mixer and Microsoft in general. It's like, they have money.
Yeah.
So like, most of these problems can be mitigated very easily because they could just buy a new team.
Yeah.
They can just buy a new team to
They
support
really
their own
did.
team.
This is their new team. This is their new team. Like, let's be for real. This is their new team. The people who was a part of Beam ain't there.
Yeah,
Let's
but
be
all right,
real.
I'm sorry. I worded that
Like,
wrong. I
they're
don't mean
gone.
buy a new team
They
completely.
done
I mean,
bought a
like,
new team.
let's say, like, all right, so you got the guys
This
working
is a new
over there.
team.
Yeah, let's say they got the guys working over there right now, fixing shit up, right? And there's like, we don't have enough people to do that. It's gonna take too long and whatnot. Well, what are you trying to work on? Well, we got an API. Bam, we got a whole new 8 people. Their whole job is just API. That's what they do. Y'all don't worry about that no more. So now this team that only does API, they work on that. And these other guys got a little bit more time to fix everything else up. Oh,
Yo.
what are y'all struggling with? Oh, we having a struggle with this beta. That's the stupidest thing to me, is that you want to put something in beta test and you give it. Twitch pissed me off with this too, by the way. Put some in beta test, only give it to the top partner streamers. Ain't the point of a beta to get as much data as possible? Wouldn't it make more sense to give it to more people?
Yeah.
True.
They don't want to put too much. But from
I'm not saying it to everybody. I'm not saying it to everybody. But like, you got these guys.
Loose
I know.
sink ships. If your shit trash, people gonna say your shit trash.
But
Even if it's at beta, even if it's at alpha, people gonna bitch and moan and complain about it. Even when they know that it is an alpha or beta or whatever case may be, it ain't full launch.
Well,
People gonna cry and complain about it.
Yeah,
that
but those people are just.
Off the
I ain't
rip.
talking about them. I'm
Like,
talking about people who actually gonna use the thing and test it.
no,
Like,
these are people too. That's what I'm saying. Like, even the people that you think is gonna be,
well then
hey, help me out. No, these people still do the same
then that's
thing
when you ask the question. Okay, well, what do we?
video games.
That's when you ask the question. What can we do to fix a game? And if they don't provide you any real insight, then you
Exactly.
can just ignore them because you're going to have people that are going to provide you that quality.
Most people do. It's very few people who are, like, okay, cool. Let's get it popping.
Right.
But you gotta take account in this scenario that we're talking about are streamers. These people, let's be for
okay,
70% of them got trash content anyway. So you already know the type of person they are.
Mhm.
So it's like you got to you just said it. You got to get more data, but look at who you getting data from.
okay, like the
It's like,
multi-person stream. Remember that shit? Like,
yeah,
you were doing that with a third party app before Twitch even
of
had it,
course.
and I remember that, and I thought that was dope as hell. Then Twitch
Yeah.
says, okay, they use a third party out. We'll just give it to them ourselves. Good on them for that. I think that was a smart choice right there. But then they said, all right, we're gonna put it in the testing, and we're only gonna give it to our partner streamers. And I'm like, okay, cool. If it's shit and the partner streamers using it, more people are gonna see that if it's shit and it's in the hands of a mid-tier streamer. Yeah, I'm putting it like this: like a mid-tier streamer is anybody to me that gets between like 100 to like 1,000 consistently, and anywhere in that range, that's mid-tier to me. All right, if you tune in to Ninja and it's like a couple, like 30K people watching this guy, and they see that this feature is shit, that's more than what if they turned into like fucking 5 mid-tier streamers and saw the feature was shit. So it don't hurt to give that feature to mid-tier streamers. I'm not saying give it to everybody. I understand what you're saying. So you get if I give it to like 4 people who each get like 3 viewers and shit, and they're complaining about it, that it was shit. It was shit in the minds of like, let's say 12 people max. Okay, whatever. I don't care. But if this big partner streamer like is sitting there doing it with their crew, and DM Brandon is like, this is a shit feature, it's not working. Like, I don't even fucking like DM Brandon. I think he's a fucking ass. But he has views. And if he's sitting there complaining about that feature, it's gonna hurt way more than if 5 mid-tier streamers complain about it. So I don't think saying that giving it to too many people because they just gonna bitch and moan about it. Like, no, if small people are sitting there bitching and moaning and they don't give you constructive advice, shake that shit off. It's nothing against you personally. They just bitch because they haters. They just hate, they needed something to hate. But if I give it to a big streamer and he comes through and says, hey, this is shit, work on this. I give it to a couple of mid-tier streamers and they say, yeah, this is shit, work on, and then they give me the exact same feedback that the big person gives. This is a real concern I might want to fix.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't understand the idea of only partners getting, like, I would say, like, depending on the feature, give it to affiliates as well. You made it a separate status for affiliates and partners and non-partner streamers and shit like that anyway. So why make it that way if it's anything other than a cash grab? You might, even if it's a cash grab, just even if it's a cash grab, because let's be real, it's a business, everything's a cash grab. I know where you're going. But even if it is just a cash grab, give it to the fucking affiliates. Give it to the upper tier affiliates, even.
But are we really gonna forget that Twitch is a side hustle? Like, Amazon don't give a fuck about no Twitch. Let's be for real, man. This is a side hustle to them. They gonna give as much as they can, well, as little as they can to Twitch. They not really they bought Twitch because it was the hottest thing at the time. That's why they bought Twitch. And now, nah, people still on it. Don't get me wrong. People still on it. But you got the YouTube gamings, you got the mixers, you got the Facebooks, you got the TikToks, you got the
he brought up
everybody that money coming out. I mean, like I said, this a side hustle. This is a side hustle for Microsoft. Mixer is a side hustle. Facebook gaming, that's a side hustle for Facebook. I mean, YouTube gaming, like, remember back in the day, like, YouTube gaming, you was like, YouTube gaming, what the heck is that? That was like you had to click like 16 things to get the YouTube gaming.
You're not wrong.
That was annoying as hell.
You're not wrong.
The heck? That was like some hidden secret, super secret cult thing you got to get to YouTube game. You had to be invited in, type thing. Man, these are all side hustles, man, and they only gonna give you what they able to give you, and that's where it's like, man,
I understand.
and that's all it is for these big, huge companies. These are side hustles. We can, it's like, yes, we supposed to expect so much, but let's be for real. These people don't care, man. They all about that dollar at the bottom line, man.
Hey, I
They
get
all
you.
about the dollar.
But I'm gonna put it like this: the first person to say, you know what, this is not a this is the first person to wake up and say this is a real thing and I'm gonna treat it as such, not like a side hustle. That's the person that wins in my mind.
Yeah,
Because gaming brought more money. Gaming brought more money in last year, and a couple of years before that than movies have. Gaming brings in more money than any other form of media right now.
Yeah.
So if
That,
you
that's
know, like, why not make this platform like Twitch could be making more. Twitch could be making more money than fucking Netflix or Hulu
of
if you
course.
do it right.
I mean, I think they do already. Like, let's be for real. Like,
Everybody has
everybody.
Prime.
Okay, everybody has Prime. That's a little piece of the pie they're getting off of that, right? If you don't, I mean, oh, remember Turbo? When back in
Twitch
the day,
Turbo.
when I still got Turbo,
Mm,
and I don't even know why, but I still got Twitch Turbo. Like that used to be the ad free, whatever the case may be. I think back in the day you actually got stuff for it, but
right.
now it's like if you got Twitch Prime, then I just never canceled it because I don't remember why not, but I just hadn't canceled it. But it's like those what how can I say this? Shoot, my mind slipped. Dang, I'm getting old.
It's all right,
Hey,
man.
that's the first
I
step.
was
That's the first step to
I,
getting better is acknowledging your flaws.
man, yo, it's like these like Twitch, man. I think Twitch is like honestly on the level of Netflix already. Well, I mean, cause
As
what you
much
pay?
you talking
What
about
you
as
pay
far as
like
consumed content?
$5, 10? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what you pay like $10? Do you share that account across 15 people?
Right.
But Twitch, hey, you got to get your own sub. I mean, you can't. You got to get your own sub and pay for somebody else's sub. I mean, they still get their money.
True. And speaking of
I mean,
subs, that is a perfect segue into our next topic. Do you need me to run this down for you? I know Sleep already knows about it. You want to know what
no,
happened? So there was a streamer by the name of Bad Bunny.
oh,
Basically,
I saw it.
you saw the clip? Okay. All right. So we don't even need to go any
No,
further
no,
than
no,
was
no.
okay. So with that being said, what are your thoughts on people consuming free content? Maybe not maybe even your content, or what are your thought process? Is it a requirement for them to sub if they're going to watch your channel?
No, no. Because of simple fact, my thing behind that is okay. It depends on the content,
Okay.
right? Okay, I'll say that depends on the content. If I'm out here giving some, if I'm doing, let's say, a IRL stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't doing shit. I'm just chilling, right? We just talking. We just kick cacking, chit chatting, or whatever case may be. I ain't doing nothing. I don't expect you to donate. I don't expect you to do all this shit because you ain't I ain't giving you nothing. I'm not doing anything for you. We just chilling. We just talking. We just shooting the breeze, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing. If so, why would I expect you to be like, oh my god, I'm getting so much valuable content and blah blah blah. Here's my money. No, I ain't giving you nothing of value. You ain't we ain't, this ain't no transaction. This is us chilling, talking, kicking it, shooting the breeze. Like when you chilling with your boys, you don't expect them to pay you 50 cents or $1 every time. No. That's not for real. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
be for real. But if I'm in a scenario where I'm giving you something that is actually bringing value, like educational something, and you feel like, hey, okay, that information, yo, that's some good information. Or this content right here specifically is brings enhancement to my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you break me off, cool. But by no means, this is not people. Yes, this is a business and a job that people eventually want to promote and want to do. But let's be for real. We ain't doing shit over here. This ain't no fucking this ain't no marketing company that we up here promoting. We trying to promote a brand. Yes, it's all good and dandy, but let's be for real. We just streaming. We just trying to do what we've been doing in everyday life. You playing games in everyday life, whether you turn the stream on or you turn it not on, not turning on, you always doing that. And you trying to just interact with people, be around with people, that's cool and dandy. So if people donate to you, people give to you, that's all good. But when you start thinking that you just deserve something for literally doing something that you already do, that's when you're doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing too much. You are doing way too much with that because if we take an account of that situation, first off, you wasn't doing that. You wasn't doing that just sitting there talking to people. Second off, you was stealing other people content because you was watching other people's stuff that they did that's not yours. So how you deserve to get something off the backs of somebody else? Mm-mm. Don't work like that. First, don't work like that. Don't work like that. And it's just this people. People just think that when they doing this, they
And
are
the feeling of
entitled to
entitled, yeah,
something.
feeling of entitlement.
You're
Yep.
just entitled to something. Like, no, no. This is something that you're doing out the kindness of your own heart and kicking it with people that
Want to interact with you.
if they just want to interact with you. If they decide to give something to you, yo, that's good. I appreciate it. Yo, good look, good look. Because you didn't have to do that at all. When you get to the point to where you just think you deserve it, just because you hit start stream, that's what you got to control. You got to control on that one. You got to
Yeah.
control because your ass can go back to a nobody in a hot second. Because you could lose all the support I thought I had for you in a hot second.
And there's multiple layers to this, but I'll go ahead and sleep. You got the floor now. What do you?
I mean, like, all right. Honestly, if you on Twitch, you doing this, and you, no matter how you look at this, people are donating to you when they do this. They're donating to you because they believe in your content. If they don't believe in your content, then they don't donate. Even if they do believe, they might not be in a position to donate at that moment.
Mhm.
It's just how it is. Like, people got their own lives and shit that's going on in their life. Just like you need money, they need money. So I don't know what's going on in her stream. I don't know what her chat is like or any of that kind of stuff. I don't even know what kind of content she even does. But at no point at any time in anybody's stream are you obligated to donate to them. And it's as simple as that. Like, there are people that don't donate to anything at all, and they believe in a lot of things, but they're not in a position to donate to those things. But you gonna demand that they donate to you because they're watching you on the internet. You self-entitled motherfucker, man. She, this is the bullshit that people just need to stop with altogether. Nobody owes you shit. Plain and simple. If you didn't want people watching you, you wouldn't be on Twitch. They're watching, so you already halfway there. Just keep making content, enjoying being around in your own fucking community. These people who gathered around to support you. And whether they do it financially or just by being there, they're already supporting you. Just the fuck up and just be happy. There's a guy that's been streaming on Twitch with 0 viewers for like 3 years. And when he gets that one viewer, he's happy just to have them sit there. Just so he has someone to talk to. There are streamers who, and I'm not gonna steal a name, but I was watching this guy yesterday, and him and his wife were trying to go buy a house. And there was an open house for that house. And the chat was telling him, go to the fucking open house. He said, no. I talked to my wife. She's going to talk to the agency. We like the house. She's going to put in a bid, but this is what I do. This is my job. This is how we make our living. And y'all have supported us this whole time. So if we have to keep looking because we don't get this one, that's fine. But I'm not leaving my chat because my chat is the reason why I can do this. And chat spent the next half an hour telling him, go any goddamn way. We'll just watch when you start back up. That's a healthy interaction between a chat and a person. Sitting there and demanding that we give you money just because your camera's fucking on makes you sound like a cam girl. This is how Twitch stocks gets going. This this is how motherfucker. Like, I'm not that dude. I hate that fucking dude. But when you act like this is how you get that kind of shit going.
Yeah.
You fuck it up for other people. Like, stop that. Like, it's fucking mind blowing. That's all. It's just mind blowing. Like, I kind of felt like maybe this is where you were going with it too, Tipsy, but this is not a real job.
Yes, ultimately, yes.
Like, you do this because you want to avoid a real fucking job.
Basically.
You want to hang
Exactly.
out with people you want to hang out with people you like and do the thing you like to do and get paid to do
that you're
it.
gonna
This
be
is
doing anyway.
yeah, like you're gonna play video games whether you get paid to do it or not. But if you can get paid to do it and cut your shit job out of the fucking equation, you definitely gonna do it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you should be thankful, even if it's just a 50 cent fucking like bits. If it's 50 cent bits, a $5 sub or $1,000 sub, somebody gave a little bit toward your dream. Be
Out of
happy
theirs,
and
out of their
say,
own.
yeah, somebody gave a little bit to you out of their own because they believe in what you want and feel like you are worth that investment. Be happy and sit the fuck down and stop being this just man, this entitled mother. Ooh, all right, go ahead. I'm sorry. I can't stand this kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
It,
Yeah.
and it's just I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of us are pretty much on the same mindset. At least for me, like the people that come by and show support, like subbing and things like that, I am very appreciative of. My thing when I got into this is like the subs really. I'm not really concerned about that because somebody's getting a cut of that percentage, right? I would be more interested in having more eyes on me because then I can reach out to the developers or companies and be like, hey, I have this amount of people, watching me on a daily basis. Let's try to work something out. Whereas I get 100% of whatever that negotiation is compared to 50% of a sub. You know what I mean? Like that makes no sense to me when people are complaining about not having subs and things like that. It's just like I'd rather have the view so that way I keep more money into more money for myself and build that into a better stream or get things to make the stream better, whereas somebody's in my back pocket getting a percentage of something that somebody wants to show support for. And don't get me wrong, it's great, but if somebody's taking 50% of that, it's kind of like you have to build up to get that check. So I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on it. It's really interesting. I mean, and yes, there's no guarantee that you're going to have the viewers there, all the time, and the subs, help you generate when you don't have that number and things of that nature. But personally, I'd rather have the views so I can turn that into something else instead of trying to rely on a percentage cut of a sub. But there was another person who commented on this whole thing saying that it was sexist because because of that person speaking out on the issue, and that when these people were getting upset, that's how incels are basically spawned. Yeah, you saw what I'm talking about, right? So if you want to go, yeah, if you want to go into it, tips, you got it. But it was just interesting that somebody commented on it and said it was sexist that nobody wanted to like sub to that person. I was just like, okay.
Because the simple fact, it's like anything real world. Also, it applies to other life.
Mm,
If you, the one that goes against anything that is, let's be for real, women related, you off the rip gonna be called that because the simple fact that people tend to bring this what is it? It's called stigmatism that women these days are in a lower position off rip than men. And that's not the case.
right.
If you really look at it, women are being way more successful than men are nowadays. Like way more successful when it comes to anything school. Like just just their job, their positions are being way more like nowadays. And if you say anything against that, you off the rip labeled like that. Just because it's like, yo, like technically speaking, women are in a position right now to where they doing their thing.
Mhm.
They doing their thing. No, so you don't think women being brought down and stuff? Whoa, wait a minute. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying that, like it ain't like it used to be. That's all I'm saying. And if you go against anything that other people are fighting for, then you are off the rip being labeled a bad guy, being labeled wrong. Straight up, you just labeled wrong. Because it's like, like no, I think that this person saying XYZ, that ain't right. That don't mean I'm a bad guy. I just don't like that type of person. No, that's just not my flavor. That's just not my type.
Okay, I don't know what her content is or what she's doing, but I'm gonna ask y'all, what was she streaming?
I don't know. I just saw
No,
the
she's
clip.
streaming. So pretty much
I
from
saw the
my
clip.
research the little bit of research I did, because it was like 15,000 videos of the same thing.
Mhm.
All she do is react to YouTube videos. That's it. Sit
Okay,
down, watch YouTube videos.
nope,
IRL,
done.
watch YouTube.
No, all right.
That's it.
So one IRL stream. If you want to make entertaining content off an IRL stream, you either need to do something in real life that's entertaining, or you need to have entertaining exchanges with your chat. That's it. Like, because
I
like,
didn't see neither.
yeah, clearly not, because nobody else did either. And these are the people who were lining up to sit in her chat and actually support her, and they didn't feel like she was doing anything worthy enough to fucking support it at that moment, or in the past to support it during that one. Two, I don't give a fuck if you're a man or a woman. If you boring, you boring. If you're not
That,
entertaining, people don't
thank
watch
you.
you. Like,
That's my
not
damn
everybody
issue.
is for everybody, even if they enter the fucking game. Like, we all play Smite. How many people in this video call right now? It's three of us. How many of us watch DM Brandon? I ain't see a single damn hand go up. We got one. How many motherfuckers? We got one.
I'm the only
You know what I'm
one.
saying?
I'm the only one. But it
You're
for
some animal.
bro. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
You know the reasons why I watch that content
Yeah,
though.
because you like to watch him blow up and all
And
that
not
shit.
even that. It's just that the guy is very technical. He
Yeah.
knows the game on an analytic
He's
level.
so technical that he will walk back into a
Oh
game
my
and
god.
explain
Okay,
it.
okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay.
All right, yeah. Don't let me go in on this guy like that. But if you find him entertaining, you watch him. You do apparently, so you watched him. Because even if it's not entertaining, you maybe knowledgeable or whatever, but you have a reason to be there. But even though you watch him, do you sub to him? You don't
Negative.
mind sharing that?
No, negative. Like I said, I watch it because he breaks down the analytics
Okay.
and the technical stuff for
But
Smite.
see, that's what I'm saying. There are plenty of people who will go into somebody's stream, sit down, watch it, and you might follow that person, but you don't consider it worth a
You're not
sub.
invested. You're not invested.
A sub is a different thing from a follow, just as a follow is different from a view, and all these analytics mean a bunch of different technical jargon that we don't even care about. But at the end of the day, just because you follow the guy and you sit there and you watch that guy, don't mean that he's entitled to your money. You don't have to sub to this dude or donate bits to this motherfucker. I've watched Maximilian do for years now, and I sub a few times when I feel like I can, but it don't mean that I've been sub to him for like 8 years and shit. Like, no. You do it when you can, and when you can't, you don't.
Yeah.
And I genuinely like his fucking content. Team Spooky, love their content. If I could, I'd give every fucking month. But I got a family. I can't do that shit. Can't just be throwing $20 at this dude every time just because I really like watching these fighting tournaments. So I give when I can, and when I don't, I don't. No one is entitled to shit, male or female. And if you get something, be happy. If you don't, it is what it is. Keep streaming. her going off of her chat, all that does is discourage people from continuing to watch. It discourages people from continuing to follow if they're of the male persuasion, unless they just into some masochist shit. Like if you're a dude and you watching this woman, all she did was alienate you. Like you might get a couple of guys who are on that extreme because that is some far left shit.
I mean,
So
I just
people
think
who are
that.
on the
Go
extreme, you
ahead.
might get them, but I feel like anybody who's slightly fucking moderate is just like, nope, okay, like SpongeBob, okay, I'm out.
Hmm.
Just I'm out.
I just feel like the quality of content on Twitch is virtually zero. Like no, not virtually zero. It's lower than it used to be because some of these people, I'm like, let's be for real, the ninjas of the world, the fucking all these popular people. It's like, yo, like, let's be for real. Your content is mediocre at best, but I mean, first come first serve type deal. I mean, of course, so you got put on. But a lot of these people I'm watching nowadays, I'm like, bro, I can't even watch 30 seconds of your shit because I'm like, wow, like why people like this? I'm like, and I'm really trying to figure out, and it's one of those things, and that's why I say on that aspect of quality, Mixer or virtually any other pro platform is better than Twitch because literally any Joe Blow can just toss whatever trash on there, and because Twitch is flooded with people, eventually you'll get you can you can just like I don't know if y'all know about these some of these people on YouTube, right? These they call them 3 a.m. YouTubers. They be doing these dumb stuff like I ordered a uh slave off .net type people, those type people,
Okay.
these stupid people like that. Like it's like, how you still making YouTube videos with this trash content? Come on, B. What you 12? No, man, get out of here. And those same type of that same type of quality of YouTube is the same type of quality of streamers that we have. It's like, yo, like, why, how you still on Twitch, dude, with this content? Like, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't giving nothing to nobody. It's like you waste your time making whatever Twitch content you're trying to do or video you're trying to do, and it's like, yo, this ain't. I'm like, yeah, maybe when I was younger, this I thought this was funny, but now you getting old, we getting old. This ain't the same shit. Evolve, don't regress. But I mean, it's just like I feel like the content is like slowing down as far as I mean, the quality of content is like slowing down on Twitch because it's so flooded with people that we ain't got no quality control on this motherfucker. We need a team, man, quality control on individuals. We out
so
here like, nope, nope,
so what
nope.
so what would I guess that would
I think
lead to your opinion, what would define it as quality content? Because I know everybody is different, of course, but just
yes,
in
yes,
your
I agree. I
in
agree.
in your
There's some.
perspective, what would qualify as quality content then?
I don't.
You know what I mean? That's because that's a hard question to
Yes, it
to
is.
to really answer because
It's
every
hard
there's so
to
many
put
different
into
spectrum,
words.
right?
Yes, yeah, it is a spectrum. It is a spectrum. Yes, it is, and that's yeah, I agree. It's hard to put it into words. It's just something to where it's just something if you see. It's like, but it's like it's just like yo, like when people, I can't put into words down.
It's probably that feeling that I know I've had the feeling. You ever watch
No, yeah.
somebody and you just feel like they're just replicating something you've seen 30 times somewhere else already?
Yeah, man. It's like
So it's like,
it's
yeah,
old shit.
yeah,
Like you doing the
So
same
nothing
shit
nothing
over
unique
and over
essentially.
and over.
Okay.
You
yeah.
ain't doing nothing
Like I know on YouTube, it really bugs me when I see somebody and they're doing a reaction video and it's reacting to sort of like I saw somebody they were doing a reaction video and it was the Rock Lee versus Gara fight. I'm like, bro, you this late to the fucking
But
party?
you ain't seen that before. Like,
I'm like, there's no way you ain't seen that episode of Naruto, man. Like that's
for
like,
real.
come on, man. We like that's 12 years ago, damn near at this point. Like, come on, man.
For real.
Like if you was like 13 doing a reaction video about that, I'd be like, okay, I get it, you know. But like this motherfucker's my age. He old as shit. I see your silver hairs over there, man. Like, come on, like, it's no fucking way you ain't
Beowulf.
seen this.
Oh
And it's, but
man.
nah, they doing that first that reaction video to this Rock Lee and Gar fight, and it's the first time they seen it, and then they start reacting. They're doing all the whoa and the oh and the ooh, and but they doing all that, and they doing it before, slightly before, but just they're doing the ooh like before the thing happens. I'm just like, bruh, this is just lazy content. I know you've seen this because if you couldn't predict when to go ooh if you ain't seen that shit.
Yeah.
Like, come on, this is just you see a lot of that. And
Mm-hmm.
then you see on Twitch, you see a lot of people and they'll have a chat going and they think because they're playing a popular game that they should be watched. And it's like, no, because there's like 30,000 other people playing said popular game.
Yeah.
So just if I come in your chat, don't expect just playing game X is gonna be enough to keep me there.
No.
You gotta
It's not.
do stuff or interact with your chat or something. Like you
Yeah.
can't just sit there quietly playing FNAF for the third time and
Yeah.
expect that I'm gonna keep watching.
It's like, bro, it's like you doing the same thing. Like, oh, you ain't bringing no, like, you ain't bringing nothing to the table, but you expect that. Like I said, this goes for dudes. For me, a lot more because I don't watch often, but it's like, yo, for me, it's like, yo, if you ain't bringing me nothing, if you ain't showing me nothing new, or nothing that piques my interest, then I ain't finna sit there and watch your shit. I ain't finna sit there and kick it because it's like, yo, you ain't doing nothing new. You and that's why it's hard for me personally when it comes to first playing video games because first off, if you playing the game I don't play, I ain't gonna watch you. I mean, it is what it is, but if we ain't boys or nothing like that, but it's like okay, case in point. Case in point. A lot of people like Fortnite. A lot of people. I ain't got nothing against Fortnite. Not my cup of tea. I played Fortnite at the beginning, then but everybody like the battle royale style of games. Not my cup of tea. So I don't really watch it too often. But some people be playing it. I go in there, try to take a look at it. Not my flavor. Not something I like. Not mine. So I ain't gonna knock your hustle on it. I ain't gonna knock your hustle at all. But don't expect me when I come in there, give you money, man. Don't expect me because that ain't my cup of tea. But and but when I come in there and your content, not just the game, the content you got going on, it's like why is other people and I'm like, yo, why other people give me money? Like this content is garbage. Like you doing the same shit you've been doing for like the last 15, 30,000 years. You ain't doing nothing new. You ain't. Let's be for real. You ain't. Your skills ain't. Like, how, Sway? It's like, how? Like, how you still doing this? How you still able to do this when it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain when I see these type of things, and then when I look over at another individual that are actually putting, you see them in the same field putting in way better. The content, same general content, is way better doing more creative things with the same in the same general field of as the other person, and they can't hit not five people in there. I'm like, bro, it's like we need some quality control up in here. We do, man. We do. I'm
But
like,
that
yo.
that goes back to what we were talking about. I think it was the first week you get the government involved. This place, the Twitch shuts down. Like you get
We
like the
do.
FDA or something like that involved.
We do,
It'd
man.
be it'd be a quick purge.
Indeed. Some people need to be purged, man. Hit a refresh.
Hmm.
Some people need to be purged,
Uh,
man. It's like, bro, like it's time. Like it's like you was good when it first came out, but you can't just keep riding on this Justin TV shit. You can't keep riding on your fame from back then because your content is the same it was back then.
mm-hmm.
No, 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 no. Get
Mm.
your ass up out of
Sleep. Anything you want to say on that?
here.
You muted. You muted. Sleep. You muted.
Muted.
Sorry, the trash truck. It's trash day right here, so I muted myself because they was coming through. Yeah. If you want to do the same content over and over, that's fine. Some people find it enjoying to go in and know what they're gonna watch. Some people like going in the ninja stream, sitting there watching him play hours of shooters and doing trick shots and shit like that. If you into that, that's fine for you. I don't find that entertaining, but I can't bitch about that because I go into fighting game streams knowing I'm going to watch Street Fighter for 3 hours and it's going to be X number of characters, even if it's played by different people. It's still technically Street Fighter. If you're an outsider, you don't care. You just like how you watch that bored ass shit for 3 hours. So I understand that. I'm not gonna knock it, but I just think if you're making content, people pop in your stream, they watch it and they don't like it and they leave. Don't get mad at them. Figure out what you can do to catch the next person and make them stay. And if you can, great. If you can't, then keep trying. Like that's literally how this shit's supposed to work in theory, right?
Right.
But I do think that people who get entitled, and I'm not going back to that. I just mean like if you make it up to the top and then your content gets stale and then you start to fall off, like don't get mad at the people for leaving. Figure out what you need to do to bring them back because they liked you as a person, right? And they liked your content. So what changed? Either they found out you're not as good a person as you were before, or your content's not as good as before. One of these two things changed. Like either that or they have some IRL situation that you can't help. So I mean, only one of these situations is out of your hands. Either be a better person or a better streamer. It's not like this shit's not super rocket scientist on that part. The hard part is figuring out how to get fucking people there to begin with.
Right. But I mean that secret's already out for the most part.
That's a whole other thing.
And it's just a matter of applying those. That's the thing. People don't apply that information, and that's why they don't see growth or they're getting mad and things like that. It's like, bro, your information is right there. There's a wealth of knowledge out there telling you exactly what you need to do to grow and to get to where you need to go, but you don't want to do it. You just want that instant gratification, which
No, I get you. I just mean like that is a process and you have to go through that process, and that's hard and time consuming. It takes a lot of time because you have to commit yourself to doing this in just going through that process.
right.
But fixing like if you did something and it revealed that you're a shitty person, then you need to address that personal trait and then work on that personal trait. If your content got stale and you need to shake shit up, then figure out a way to shake shit up but still do what you like doing, you know? But that's not that time consuming. It just takes self-reflection, you know?
I think it takes self-reflection and somebody to provide you that insight because you're not going to notice everything, to be honest with you. And that's what goes back.
But you have mods watching you do everything.
I understand
right?
that, but your mods may not be as close to like some of your homeboys or some of the your close friends that may watch you. Your mods are they may be people that are there to help you out while you're streaming, but they may not know you on that kind of personal level. You know what I mean? Like, whereas you have your close people that you talk to maybe on Discord every day, be like, hey, what are some things that you notice that I can improve upon, to enhance my stream or enhance the content that I'm providing. and that kind of thing. So that goes back to what I was saying about what we talked about the first week about the team. Like just about everybody on this platform should have some kind of social team or network that they can go to talk to about stuff like that. Because it gets really hard doing that stuff by yourself because you're not gonna know everything. At least that's my 2 cents on it.
Okay, okay. So I got a different question for y'all then. I know I'm looking forward to uh playing Legends of Runeterra. I know y'all not big card game people, but what are y'all looking forward to playing this week? No.
It already came out.
Besides Tempton, that's why I'm
Like it already came out. I got 2 games.
yeah, like
Like I was doing in the
okay,
house cleaning. I'm gonna go play. I'm
like
gonna go
yeah,
play the
mine.
Guardian class, and then I'm gonna try to go get a
Yeah,
Temtem
yeah,
key.
yeah, yeah. But Tipsy wasn't here for that, so that's why I'm asking this question. I already know where your head's at. I'm trying to catch up with him on this one. Like,
Man, you know me, man.
He's waiting for
I know
whatchamacallit to come out.
honestly, like I don't know. I honestly don't have anything that I'm like really too much looking for this week. Don't know. I haven't been up to date with any AAA titles that's coming out. Don't know any AAA titles, so I ain't really looking forward to nothing. The early access to Fault don't come out until like the 8th of May. No, March. Eh,
That's what he's looking for too.
March?
He's looking for the rebirth of
Hold on.
what's that game? What was that game called originally?
Paragon.
Paragon. He's looking for that's what
Paragon.
Tipsy's looking for. You got that Paragon dog? You got
Oh well,
that?
May 8th. Never mind. So May 8th is when that
That's what he's
is.
that's what he's feeding for. He's waiting in the darkness, building up that salt factory for when
Man.
for when fall come
That's pretty
out.
much the only thing that I'm truly looking in the future. But as far as now, it's like that type of game is like one of the very few games that I was, hooked on. So it's like anything else is like I'm not really too looking for because like I said, my where I started from was COD, was Call of Duty. But after so many years of them taking my money without giving me anything good, I've got a sore spot, for the the franchise. Even though they try, it's like to where they can do whatever they want to do to try to bring back the OG COD. You hurt me. You hurt me deep. Like it was a bad breakup. So they hurt me deep, and I loved them. I gave them my all, but then they left me out in the rain, and I was begging, but they left with somebody else, and it was a bad breakup, and it's one of those things to where I don't know who I am this week.
Shell of yourself.
Yeah, pretty much when it comes to video games. I don't want my heart to get broken no more, so I don't invest. I don't give my all to any other games anymore because COD broke my heart back in 20 whatever
Which
when
COD are we
Black
talking
Ops
about?
2 came
Oh,
out.
Black Ops 2? Okay.
No, 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 no. After Black Ops 2, that was when they broke my heart.
Oh,
like
okay.
Advanced
They broke
Warfare, I
my heart.
think.
Whatever was after, I don't even remember. I
Is
ain't
it
even
is it
tried.
the one where you doing the fucking space rocket jumps and shit?
Pretty much when they
Yep,
yes, when they
yep,
start.
Advanced Warfare.
Okay,
Yeah.
so and what was worse and what was worse the thing about it, it was two things. It was right when they started doing the jumping shit, and then they started heavy on the microtransactions.
Mm.
Heavy on that. It was in the same year. They so it was like, oh, you left me at the altar, and then when you left, you took all my shit. You took all my shit. Not our shit, my shit. You took my shit.
I mean, we
It's
could.
like you leave me at the altar, then you drive away with my car that I had before we even met. So it's like they cut me 2 times. So it's like I'm like raw for any games now because I'm like I ain't gonna invest too much time in this game because I got hurt. I got hurt. So it's the wound's still raw when it comes to video games.
Mm.
Like if I play with y'all, then that's cool and dandy. But when it's me solo by myself, I ain't really looking for no games. I ain't really out there anticipating anything out there normally. So it's like, yo, y'all want to play some shit? I'll play some shit, except Smite because Smite is Smite like the mistress that you had, and she just, she did the same thing the wife did.
Oh, really? Really?
So Smite cut me deep too.
So that's how does Smite cut you? I don't understand how does Smite cut you deep. What did they do? They tried to
Man,
because you let them
you
in.
know what?
Like Sue hurt you, but
Because
like we
you
just told you Sue hurt you, so
because you let them in. That's why. That's why he's like that.
yeah.
He had to let him
Like
in.
they
Man,
failed
why
to take down the
it's
VPN
always
one
breaking
time.
my computer, man? I'm tired of my computer getting broken by everything on Smite, man. Dude, I'm just so tired of Smite. They fix something, break three other things, man. I'm just so tired of it.
See, he say
So
that, but like, watch, like in about a month or two, he gonna be like, you know what? He gonna load up somebody and be like, bust down, Tatiana. So don't worry about it. Like it's cool.
hey, Bastet almost made me come back, but
See,
hey, it was like, baby, come back.
Um,
Oh man, yeah. Man, but, hey, it is what it is. I ain't really looking for too much lately. It's just like I said, I only play video games with y'all anyway. Like if I ain't playing with y'all, 9 times out of 10, I ain't playing no video games
he's living the
anyway.
life of Morbius. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
pretty much, man. I ain't
oh,
really
speaking
fucking
of
with
which, you
no.
seen that trailer?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah, supposed
Hmm.
to be in the same universe as the Venom movie, and they're talking about they've been trying really hard to see if they can get as many ties to Spider-Man as they're impossible, and Disney been getting mad, man.
I think they're
Oh
gonna
man.
use, from what I heard, they're gonna use the J. Jonah Jameson thing, the newspaper, the
Yeah,
.net to tie in all the stuff to Spider Man,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
well, they're already talking about they bringing over the Spider-Man Far From Home writers,
Hmm.
to work on the movie, and then they got the J. Jonah Jameson, the Daily Bugle tie-ins as well, and then like they keep doing as much as they can to use Spider-Man people, and you know how Disney don't like the fact that they don't own the Spider-Man outright, but they couldn't
I
piss off the
mean,
fan base, so
they're sharing them, so be happy about that.
yeah.
For real.
Well, Disney tried to make it look like they was the heroes and whatnot, and then they did it because they didn't want to break Tom Holland's heart because he just really wanted to be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So they were like, we had to fix this for Tom's sake. He literally went on Late Night TV and said that,
Yeah, I know. I
and
saw that
it's like,
video. I saw the video.
bruh, you ain't doing that for them. You're doing it because you know that the fan backlash to you putting
Yeah.
Spidey after
Yeah.
everything that y'all have done, like, nah,
Yeah.
you can't take Spidey. And Sony, no, they had you by the balls. Because if you don't do this, then the most popular Avenger you got goes to fucking doing the Venom crossover
Yeah.
and Morbius crossover, and now you have a true contender to y'all. And you don't want to create another Fox when you
No,
just
you
got
don't.
shit back from Fox.
Right.
So
Yeah, baby. You don't want to do that.
because every X-Men movie, I mean, I thought they were shit, but that's because I'm a comic book nerd. So I was just, but those movies did mad bank.
The only one that was really good was the Wolverines, the Wolverine one. Old
Yeah,
Man
the
Logan.
Wolverines were good, but I don't give
Yeah, they
credit to
were.
that to Fox. I give credit to that to Hugh Jackman and the writers.
Hey,
Just like I don't give
Yeah.
Fox credit for fucking Deadpool or anything like
Yeah.
or Marvel. Like
Yeah.
no, like
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds and the writers right there.
Yes. Yes.
oh, I'm not giving credit to the studio. It's the
Giving them
I'm just
more
saying.
money.
I'm just saying
No, I
examples.
know, but there are people out there that are like, no, we gotta keep it with Disney. They'll treat it right. How'd that work for y'all Star Wars fans?
Oh, yeah. That man, that shit
You
fell
know,
off so
George
long
Lucas
ago,
is
man.
fucking up Star Wars. Disney will save us. All right, let's keep watching. That's how we
That
got
shit fell off so long ago, man. I remember being overseas, binge watching all of them, all of the all of the Star Wars joint. Man, now I would watch Star Wars save my life, man. Like,
Look, once
leave
they
me
make
alone.
Yeah,
that,
I probably watch it to save my life, but I get you. Nah, I get what you said.
once they make that Revan content, I'll be happy. That's all I want.
Yeah, somebody
like
else just
yeah,
need to do the whole
like
thing, man. Because
I
it's
know
like
more
that
about
should
Star
have given
Wars.
somebody else, man.
I know about the stuff that's not canon than I do about the canon because my friends are more
Yeah, me
interested
too.
in the fucking not canon.
Yeah, me
So
too. Me too. And it's like one of those things to where, man, let's be for real. They try to cater to the wrong people, to
There's
non people that
there's too many people to cater to. That's the problem.
pretty much, and
what they
then
figure
and then the ones they pick are the people that don't fucking
Well, I
they
mean,
don't
they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. Because you saw what happened after they. I don't know if you saw this tweet, but Poe Dameron in the movie was trying to push a romantic relationship
yes
with.
between
Yeah.
Kylo
So
and
when they turned that down, they got backlash from the
yeah
LBGTQ community for not having that in the movie. So it's just like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, regardless of who you try to cater to. And that's the issue with Star Wars, is that it's too big for its own good.
well they
yes,
came out and
and
said
yet
no.
when you try to cater to instead of doing, hey, this is what we wrote and this is what we gonna write in the story, whatever case may be, whoop de whoop. But then it's like as soon as somebody that's a fan disagree with that, you're like, all right, everybody, let's go back to the drawing board. Person or these group of people over here don't like it, and then you bring something out, and then the other person then, oh Lord, we gotta go back to the drawing board again because those people now don't like it. So now we're gonna try to get these two people good. No, like it's just like you said, they try to cater to too many people, and it ain't enough time, so you fuck everything up. You just start making stuff up. Like you start
Hold
making shit up.
on.
Like that'll work.
I'm just going to address the chat real quick. You can't give John Wick a lightsaber because that's Revan. All right. Anyway,
Yes,
Basically.
I agree. If you do that, you might as well make them rep. You got to.
like,
You got to. I
Basically.
agree. I agree. He's revving at that point.
it's like yeah, but you can make Keanu Reeves anybody. You can say he's the new Mandalorian. You can say he's the you know what I'm saying, like you can say whatever. Like you put Keanu Reeves in anything, and he's
Yeah.
awesome, and people just go root
Yeah.
for that guy now. Like
Yeah.
so,
Fuck everybody else.
yeah, like
I just paying for him.
like you
Fuck
know,
the rest
like
of
you
them.
can have the straightest dude in the world, and he'd be like, yeah. So you like Star Wars, and like he can vehemently hate Star Wars. Like, nah, I'm here for Keanu.
Yeah,
Like,
that's it. That's all I came
so
for. See what he doing in here.
yeah, I heard Keanu was in this, so I'm here. Like, let's see how
Hey,
this works.
Right.
it'd be dope if they had like a little spin-off joint. Like like the origin story, and then had him like Fred.
I think that's what they're. I think that's what they're going to do a
That
couple
would
years down the
I
road. I don't know if they're
well,
going to get Keanu,
they got
but
him there already.
I think that's
Go
what
invest
they're.
with the people. Just do a spin-off origin origin stories or whatever the case may be for him
Yeah.
and call it good. That'll make mad bank off the rip.
Like studios, as far as catering go, in my opinion, like the problem is that they want to make the movie as palatable for as many people as possible, and not focus on the people who are gonna like the people who are fans of the content, and the reason why they do that is because they're like these people are gonna watch it anyway. Like you remember
Yes.
the Death Note movie and all the backlash they got,
Yeah.
and how many people watched it any goddamn way, you
Exactly.
know?
Just don't give a
Like
fuck like Deadpool.
yeah,
Don't give a
exactly.
fuck.
Like there are people, yeah, just
Don't give
do
a
the
fuck. Make
content,
a movie.
and then people gonna
Do
watch
your
it or not,
content.
you know?
Exactly.
Like
People
it's
that's
but they,
real, that's loyal.
Well,
yeah.
the Deadpool thing
Well,
was more
no,
so.
see, but that's the
The
problem. They think that the people who are loyal are gonna watch it anyway. So let's not make it for them. Like,
the
oh, the anime fans are bitching that Light is white. The anime fans are bitching that L is black. Anime fans are bitching about this and that and that. Yeah, whatever. They're gonna watch it anyway. We need to make it cool for people who don't know shit about it. And so that's what they're thinking. You know, it's like but they need to not think about it like that and just think, hey, let's just make the best version of this possible.
Yes.
And the fact that it's in English to be enough to push it. Like
Mm-hmm.
Samuel L. Jackson was watching, he made a tweet, like it was like 3 years ago, but he made a tweet about, yo, y'all, everybody need to watch Bleach. This shit is dope. He was just bored as shit, sitting in this fucking trailer watching or clicking through Netflix and stumbled upon some samurais beating the shit out of stuff and was like, yo, this shit is dope. And made a tweet. Bill Burr likes One Punch Man. That's the last motherfucker I thought would watch anime. But he was like, yeah, there was this fucking show, and I was watching it, and he just beating the shit out of everybody with one punch, and it was dope as shit, and I love it. And I'm like, yo, that's the best goddamn endorsement they can have if you're a person that don't watch anime.
Yeah.
If you're just a fan of a person, and a person makes a, hey, I don't watch anime, but this shit is dope. You should watch because it's just good. That's better than any anime nerd ever trying to convert somebody. You know,
Mhm.
like I could try to convert you to a blue in the fucking face, and you just be like, yo, whatever, fucking weed, get out of here.
We.
But if a fucking dude that don't watch fucking anime come out and is like, yo, this shit is just a good TV show, you know? That's why The Witcher got bad reviews. Critics were like, this shit is trash, it's terrible TV, blase, blase. Gamers were like, dope, I'm watching it. Done. Anyway, then they told their friends that weren't gamers, yo, you gotta watch this shit. It's dope. And they're like, I'll give it a shot. It's bored, it's bingeable, it's on fucking Netflix. They give it a shot. That shit is got nominated for so many fucking awards and it's made so much money for Netflix. More people watch The Witcher than people watch The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I ain't been watching it.
You can't you can't tell me that if you just make good shit, regardless of what medium it is, people not gonna fucking go for it, you know? If something's good, people just gonna go for it, regardless of what its origin is.
And I
So
think
stop trying to change shit to fit a bland audience of everybody and just make the best version of that particular thing that you can make.
and I think
Like that was the old mentality, and that's how we got shit like Seven Samurai. That shit there, they were like, "Yo, we can't do Seven Samurai in America. How about we make them cowboys instead? Now we can just turn all the swords to guns and it works." And that's how we got fucking the Magnificent Seven, and that shit was dope. It's one of the few old cowboy movies that I like.
Yeah,
They
I
remade
remember
that
that
shit,
show.
and I watched the remake of that shit. They said we remaking this movie. By the way, we put Denzel in the movie. Well, you got me there.
Yep.
Like who else? Then they said, oh, we got Ethan Hawke inside. I was like, hey, you already had me in Denzel. Stop digging.
Stop it.
Like I'm already
You
here,
had me
and they just kept
already.
adding more people that I liked. I'm like, now I seen the old one, I seen the new one, and rarely is a remake better than the original. But I like
Yeah.
the remake better. And that's hard to do.
well, I think that's a good stopping point right there. I think that's a
Sorry, man.
no. You're
I
good.
get
You're
heated
good.
when it comes to this kind of stuff. I
You're
love
good.
this. I
You're
love
good.
movies, books, and all that, man. Games. Man.
You're good.
This is my stuff.
You were good, sir. You were good. But yeah, thank you, gentlemen, for being on the show. Sleep, tipsy. I guess whichever you guys want to go in order. You want to shout yourselves out or tell people where they can find you if you're not online. I know tipsy. It's kind of.
All right. Yeah. So on Twitter it's Sleepyboy713. On Twitch it's Sleepyboy86. Yeah, in both cases, the boy spelled BOI. No why. As you can imagine, the why was taken. uh, I, I play as much as I can. Just keep your eyes on the Twitter if you want to see what I'm playing. And for our boy Tipsy here, you can check him out here on. And I'm still pretty sure he can tell you where you can find him on Twitch. But keep in mind he is the day walker, so
Chill. Yo, man. Oh, well, I tell y'all. Well, so I don't know if I'll be really super duper focusing on the streaming aspect of things for a while because I am preparing to slowly transition to Germany. So yeah, so it's gonna be a slow process, and I really don't want to try to get set up with the streaming situation
Mhm.
until I figure out when and when I'm going to be transitioning over there or not. So
So
before the end of this year, I
so
will
you,
be in Germany for the most part.
so you got what we were talking about though. It
As
happened.
far as
The
no,
job.
no, 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 no.
Oh, okay.
At first, first I had a job offer. It was in Afghanistan.
Okay.
Is where the job offer I had
Okay.
was supposed to be in Afghanistan. Some clearance issues came up and didn't go that with that job. And plus, I don't really feel like working for people anyway. So it was one of those things to where ain't no skin off my back in the first place.
Mhm.
You throwing big money, I'll see what you're talking about. But I wasn't really trying to anyway, so I was like, whew. I was like, woo, because I wasn't really trying to work for nobody anyway. So I wasn't really, like calling them every day trying to see what. So when it didn't work out, I was like, woo. But so that just made it to where, hey, it's been a while. I need to pull the trigger to move over to Germany. So, hey,
Okay.
before
Okay.
the end of this year, your boy will be in Germany, whether it's in the summer or whether it's in like before December time frame or in December. Don't know yet. It's really pretty much left up to, ultimately whenever I feel I've me and the
Ascended.
wife is
Gotcha.
financially stable enough to go out there and just drop. Hey, we dropping money to where I ain't got to worry about nothing. All my paperwork is done, type deal. To where something like that. But I will be making a move over there to you know
Okay.
let the wife go home, and I don't care where the hell I live at, as long as I ain't living in no box. I'm good.
Gotcha. So not so much the streaming, but what about any other social media platforms? Twitter, Twitch, or not
TP
Twitter,
assassin on pretty much
Instagram?
whatever.
Okay.
Pretty much whatever. Instagram, uh, Twitter. I don't be tweeting like talking about, but Instagram. I be posting. I be posting on Instagram. I be on there. I be liking stuff. But yeah, that's
All right. All right.
amusing.
But I hope you all enjoy. I hope you all enjoyed the podcast today. This will be up on YouTube as of tomorrow. If you enjoyed the content, please make sure you like and subscribe. And we will see you all next week. We are out. Peace.